before I signed my contract, so I think I was 15 or 16. I started working as a dishwasher at a restaurant, local restaurant in Breda, because I wanted just to make a little bit of money at least.
They pay you €3 an hour.
I was like a slow right back.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I was not good enough to play centre back, so they put me on right back.
Let's start with the song. What is your song, the one that lifts you?
Well, I'm a big music fan. I love to listen to a lot of music, but if I need to pick a song that got me at one point, it must be Coldplay, Viva la Vida. There was a period when I had surgery on my appendix and was in the hospital, and it was a very, very, very tough time. And I just put the TV on, I remember, and the song came on, and it was an emotional moment, and I don't know, it just got me, and obviously it's still in my mind.
It's magic what music does for you. 3 minutes and a half of a song like that, all of a sudden your mind changes completely. Is that what it felt like?
It does, yeah, definitely. And also it's special that if you hear that song now, you're gonna think about the tough moments then as well, and how good it is right now, and how proud you can be. And I think music is a very important part of my life. Yeah.
That was, you said it very quickly, but that was a time where you were in hospital for, was it 12 days? You lost 2 stones.
Yeah, I was in hospital for 13 nights, I think, or something like that. And it was very, very tough. It was a complicated appendix, and there were so many things that, went on. I had infection in my stomach as well, and yeah, it was crazy if you think about it, and it all happened on the 1st of April 2012, and so the date doesn't really help either.
How old were you?
I think I was 2012, so I don't know, I was 21 maybe. Yeah.
So your career had started.
Yeah. So I was like obviously I'm probably one of my best periods at FC Groningen, and we were supposed to be playing the derby, they called FC Groningen, against Heerenveen, and I was feeling sick and a lot, but I didn't eat too healthy over there either, so it was obviously my own fault. But it was a tough 2 weeks before I obviously got surgery, and after that was even harder.
I guess the toughest thing at that point is, at 21, you're invincible. You are on your way up. Everybody's talking about you and the way you play, and all of a sudden you find a weakness in your arm. Was that a shock that you could actually be that weak at that point in your life?
I was definitely in shock, but obviously it went in the end pretty quick. Obviously, in the hospital it was very hard. 13 days. I couldn't do anything for at least 10 days, and couldn't walk. And I remember when I started walk for the first time, I did 10 meters, and I was breathing like crazy. And but after that, I think after a month, I started training early with the physios, and trying to get my muscles back and everything. And after that, I played a full season, and I think the season after, I went to Celtic.
There was a period. We'll get away to more positive stuff, by the way. But as we are in that moment in your career, once or twice it happened in your career where your body didn't give you what you wanted. You had a period of was it 5-6 months injured, with 2017 as well.
Yeah.
Again, you are at the peak of your career. Does your mind play with you at that point? Did you think, can I come out of this, or how does it work?
I'm a guy like with, for example, the second injury with the foot that happened against Leicester City with Southampton. I'm a guy that asks a lot of questions to the surgeons, like how is it gonna play out? How is it gonna recover? I wanted to know, like, from other people who had had the injury, how they recovered, and I spoke with a rugby player who had it. So I'm a guy that I want to know so many things, and it wasn't in my mind that I wasn't gonna recover fully, because I'm always positive, and it was just a very long time. It was in total until I played my first proper game, it was 8 months, and I remember just the whole the way to being fit again was very tough, and obviously it was so many things that happened over the summer, and yeah. But in the end, I got I got totally fit, and I'm back playing.
I'm jumping a bit here because I ask you for an advice that either you've been given or it's been given to you, and you say that advice is something that a 50-year-old, I mean, would give, but not a 28-year-old. But it's about enjoying the moment. So having gone through all that, it's like, yeah, the moment is the most important thing.
It is 100%, and I think in obviously the business sometimes it is, and the job we do, and it's very tough when you lose to enjoy even the small little things in life. And I think for myself, I'm 28 now, and hopefully I can play until I don't know if I'm still enjoying it till at least 36. And after that, you can't play football anymore because you can't play on the highest level anymore. So you just need to just enjoy it and be happy, and just I think the most important thing is just to enjoy every bit of it.
Plus, it goes very quickly, doesn't it?
It does. It goes like this. What I said. Sometimes, like in training now, even we play sometimes young v old, and I'm with the oldies, and so many young guys, and we have Kijana Hoover, the Dutch guy who's 16. So it's like I'm getting really old then, but yeah, it's just you have to just enjoy every bit of it, and make sure everyone is enjoying it as well.
Let's go back to the music. Coldplay, Viva la Vida. What other music do you listen to?
I listen to almost everything basically. I'm a guy that can listen to what I said before. Coldplay. I can listen to Drake, Future. I can listen to loads of things, and it just like with music, it has to just get you. And I'm a big music fan. That's definitely it. But I think back in the days, I would love to listen to R&B, a lot of soul, a lot of Tyrese, Joe, that's his name, Genuine, and those kind of music, and that's the real R&B from back in the day.
I think Drake is something that perhaps your mom wouldn't like you to listen to. So is there a touch of rebellion about hip hop and rap and so on?
Yeah, obviously, like everything has been changed now and with the music. But what I said before, I think the R&B that has definitely been since I was young and listening to in the cars on the way to training, and so I love it. I love it all.
Writing? Would you write? Would you create music? Is it something that attracts you?
No, there's not something that would attract me. That we have to leave for storage. Yeah.
Oh, is he a musician?
He loves. He has his own record label, so hopefully that will keeps getting bigger and bigger. So it's something he likes.
Is it him telling you have to listen to this, or is it you telling him listen the latest?
No, sometimes when he brings when obviously him and his artist brings something out, then we all listen to it, and it's fantastic stuff. So hopefully it gets only bigger and bigger.
That's not like when the Rolling Stones or the Beatles got an album out that you just will sit around like here in a sofa and put the vinyl. It doesn't work like that, does it? It just
not really. You obviously like social media these days. It just you can get it quick and see it straight away, and I think a lot of people already have been listening to his artist music.
How about a film?
Yeah, I'm a big Denzel Washington fan. So I would say American Gangster. It's just it's a great film, and I've seen it quite a lot. And just what I said, Denzel Washington is I think is maybe the best actor that has been around. Also,
there was a movie about an Afro-American character doing bad things, but it was a story that was not told before. I don't know if there was an attraction there in the fact that Afro-American, that kind of culture you seem to be attracted to, and Denzel Washington, so a good combination of things there.
Yeah, no, I think what I say, I think he's just a fantastic actor, and I think also the films he's been played in, it's been great films, excited films, keeps you on the edge of the seat, and it's just him, that makes the films.
I got a quote from that film: "The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room."
Yeah.
You like that quote?
Well, sometimes I can be loud, but I don't think I'm weak. But yeah, I think sometimes it is. It is. I don't have any experience with people around me that are the loudest and the weakest as well. But
You know what he's trying to say, no?
I know,
That
obviously,
sometimes
yeah,
people shout
definitely, and sometimes it's also with like showing off. The people who show off the most have the least, and it is something, and sometimes in life that people are like that. Yeah, definitely.
I've got the impression that the changing rooms are changing. Perhaps at the beginning of your career, there was you could show no weakness at all. You had to shout and also look strong. I don't know if you met many players like that, but perhaps now people are more open to show that you're not always right, that you make mistakes, and that hurts you as well. Is that right? Has it been that evolution in the changing rooms?
I think it has been, definitely. I think it's just the way that life has been evolving. I think it is just everyone has been that's just the culture right now, I think, and I think it's good, to be fair, though. Yeah.
One thing that hasn't changed is that changing rooms need leaders, need people that by nature come into a room and everything veers towards them. You know what I'm trying to say? Because when you came in, I've asked many people about you and your arrival, and I'm sure you carry with you that's something that you're comfortable with, I guess, that leadership qualities. And tell us how you implemented it into the changing room at Liverpool.
Well, first of all, I think you always need to be yourself, and being myself is always, saying what I think. I'm pretty relaxed and easy outside of the pitch, but on the pitch, I want to make sure that we're gonna do everything that's possible to win the game. I want to make it easy for myself, and that's on my position is to make sure everyone is organized and doing their job, including myself, obviously. But I think it's just like I know myself, and I need to be vocal. I need to be busy. I need to be, shouting, and even if I shout too much, I don't mind. And players know it now as well. Sometimes I can shout, things that people already know, but I rather just be alive and make sure everyone is at it, and that's just something I think I've learned over the years, and I know that it can work.
I feel it's crucial when you walk into a changing room for the first time and the second time and the third time at the beginning, because of course you carry all that with you, but you need to just first look around and see what's going on, no, and then see, oh right, that's the guy I have to be close to. That's the guy that I have to look after. Do you analyze the situation like that?
Obviously, like I've spoken before I went to Liverpool. I spoke with Hendo because we have the same agent. I spoke with Genie. I know Robbo because I've played against him in Scotland. I know Sadio, so I knew a couple players, and that was a little bit easy. And I think the most important thing that helped me a lot was I came basically on the first when they played Burnley. I trained in the morning with a couple guys, and then the day after I did a session with the players who didn't play against Burnley. The day after we prepared the game against Everton, and we played Everton, and after Everton we went to Dubai, and that helped me a lot. I got to know the players, outside of the pitch straight away. We had a couple sessions there, and that helped me straight away. And obviously you still need to, I think the most important thing is to show it on the pitch, to earn your respect there, and be yourself outside of the pitch. And I think it went pretty fluent and just went, yeah.
You remember a moment perhaps where you thought like, right, I've clicked. I won't say it to anybody, but now I feel I found my place in the team.
I think that's that's difficult to say, but I think it went like in the beginning of the first couple of games. I had to, get used to the way of playing, get used to the intensity of the way we play, the high line, the sometimes risk as well that we take in defending and pressing, and I think it must be maybe in April when I had everything under control basically, and obviously the Champions League final, the road to the Champions League final helped as well, and I felt just great.
I won't say any secret now because you said Henderson shares the same agent as you, and he was every day. You have to get this guy. You have to get this guy. You obviously knew that, and Henderson was saying, "We're doing everything we can." Did it go like that?
Well, obviously, like when you speak with each other, and there is interest. Obviously, you can't change the fact that it is what it is. Basically, situation was how it is, and after the end of August, I put my head down and just played for Southampton and gave everything, and was happy to play as well because I came back from an 8-month injury. Obviously, when everything happened over the summer, like people kind of doubt you, right, basically for the way you play, and for me, I really didn't care. I was just happy to play. I gave everything, every training, every day, and nobody could even question me around me. And when it was December, and I got a call from Les Reed, and they said they got the deal done basically, and I was able to talk to Liverpool. I was obviously very happy, and it went pretty quick after that. And yeah, just very proud moments.
Obviously, as a Dutch person, somebody who loves football, you knew what Liverpool was about. But I heard that you went to the Cardiff Champions League final, the Real Madrid Juventus final, and you came across some Liverpool fans there.
Yeah, it was pretty special though, because obviously, like, I would never, before that, I would never go to a Champions League final. And this time I went with my best friend, and we thought, like, let's go, let's just enjoy it. And we went there, and we had great seats sorted through the agency, and there were a lot of Liverpool fans coming to me and saying, that we have to sign for them, and so it was obviously a great gesture and great. It was nice, and they were all respectful, and it was a great day.
Tell us about your best friend, because I think there's always time for a little homage for those that have been with you for a long time, and those will be the first ones you call to when you need to, and that kind of thing. So who is your best friend?
So my best friend's name is Ludi, and he's been there since day one, and he's always ready whenever I need him, and he's gonna be a dad soon, so I'm very happy for him. And yeah, he's been there through everything basically. He's always what I say, if I need him, he's there, and if he needs me, I'm there for him as well. And I think that's very important in life. And other than that, I keep a very, very, very small circle around me, because I'm not a big fan of keeping a lot of people into my life.
Has that always been the case? Because I guess when you start going up your circle, there's a lot of people pushing in and trying to show, get in. Did you see that happening straight away?
No, but I think as bigger you get as a player, or bigger team you're gonna play for, or there's more spotlight on you. I think a lot of people that you ever met or seen once or twice, they want to come into your life again, and they want to be there and be around you basically, because you're in the spotlights, and they will leave as well when you're out of the spotlight. So I know how it is in our life we live, and I'm pretty, I don't know how you say it, but I'm pretty, I can see through those things, and I have a fantastic wife that can see through those things as well.
Lodi, you knew him when he was, 13?
Yeah, 12, 13, yeah.
So you'll go to his house, knock the door, say, come on, let's go for a walk.
Yeah.
The streets of Breda.
Breda, yeah.
What were the streets like?
They were great. We played a lot of football on the Cruyff courts. those are obviously fantastic for all the neighborhoods in Holland. And we had a lot of small-sided games, tournaments with a lot of great players that played for NAC, Breda, Willem II.
Those are courts that Johan Cruyff financed, or had a foundation that they financed, and they're all over the world, but a lot of them
in Holland. Yeah, almost every city got at least one, and I know that we have maybe now 3, but we had 2 in Breda, and it's just great because for example, on a Sunday when obviously everyone is off, you went maybe in the morning to church, and then in the afternoon you did a five-a-side game if you had a team. And sometimes there were 7 teams or 8 teams, and then you played. Obviously, there were 2 teams playing, and if you lost, you have to go out. If you win, you stay on. And it was very tough, hard work. Sometimes fighting, sometimes crying, and and it was just it was just much better than it is right now. I think because I don't see a lot of kids playing on the streets anymore, and I think that's a bit sad to see.
Because you learn a lot by being in the streets and spending hours there. You learn a lot about everything, about life, about loyalty, about friendship, about commitment, everything. Was there a district you lived in with was it hard to live in, or was it one that you felt comfortable?
Yeah, no, I think I enjoyed my youth a lot. What I said, I've played a lot on the streets. I've played a lot. Also, for example, on the where I played back in the days, I just went on free days and just did shooting on the big goals when I was 11, 12, and
on your own, or did you have a goalkeeper with you?
My brother was he wanted to be in the goal. These 2 years.
Did he want to be in goal, or did you tell him?
He want maybe a bit of both, but yeah, he was always prepared to go in goal. And there was also a time that he was a goalie at the club, but he was not always sure that what he wanted to do. But we went there, we did shooting, and we just enjoyed being outside. We always played until it went dark, and then obviously you had to come inside, and it was just great.
Who else is there left from that era? Was your best friend? Your wife also was. How old were you when you met?
Almost 8 years ago. Yeah.
So you were very young at the time.
Yeah.
Who else is there left from that time?
Well, I have another friend called Tyrone. He's always also. I met him a little bit later. He's also a little bit older than me, but I met him a little bit later, and he's a great guy, and he's always there for me, and I'm there for him as well. And other than that, it's just like people I know and sometimes speak to. But I think those who are the first 2 that I'm gonna call when there's anything to discuss.
So if you go through that door now and they say you can go home, you go to your house
Amsterdam.
in Breda. In Amsterdam,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So in Breda you still got.
I got a place in Breda. Yeah. My mom is living there, and we got a place in Amsterdam as well.
Where's he home then?
Well, we live obviously in England, and that's the most important thing because we don't have a lot of days off. And when we have days off, we like to take the train to London and have a nice time in London. So
now, I ask you for a book.
Yeah.
So what is the book?
The book that I'm still reading is Kobe Bryant, Mamba Mentality. It's just also because I'm a big NBA fan. I love to watch the NBA, even if it's in the middle of the night sometimes. But it's just he's a great inspiration for any athlete in any sport. I think the hard work he put in, the leader he was obviously, and I think also his presence, how he looks, that definitely all inspiration for any athlete.
Do you play basketball?
I did a little bit, but I'm not good though.
Where are you? 6 foot
4. Yeah.
Okay, so would you be the point guard, which is the guy that takes the ball forward,
or the shooting guard probably,
or the power forward? Yeah, the shooting one.
Yeah, maybe the shooting guard. Yeah,
because it's more
point guard. You need to make plays a lot, and I don't know if I can remember all those things. Yeah.
Although when you go on the pitch, people think that it's only like you know who you have to mark, but you have to remember how to attack, the different ways of defending, and all the things that are coming to you. So you do have to do a little bit of homework before you go.
A little bit, yeah. No, we have definitely homework, but the good thing is we train obviously almost every single detail 1 or 2 days before until the match day, and get a little reminder before the game as well, and so it's good to do.
You still got like in the non-league teams have got like a printout paper just put on the wall, and so you look, oh right, okay, this is what happens. You still got that.
No, that a little bit, you know, that's always going to be the case. These days you always have iPads as well, so it's all technology these days.
Yes. So I had a look at the book, and I got 3 quotes out of it that I think I don't know if you got to that stage of the book, but it does represent a little bit how you think, I believe. The first one says, "The mindset isn't about seeking a result," Kobe Bryant says. "It's more about the process of getting to that result. It's about the journey and the approach. It's a way of life." I do think that's important in all endeavors to have that mentality.
Yeah,
You could have said that.
if in Dutch I could say it, but yeah, no, I think it's all about it. You know, it's game is for us, for example, it's 90 minutes, and there are always going to be moments in the game when you have tough moments, when you struggle, when the opponent is good. But you know, what I said, there's 90 minutes to play, and you have to keep doing what we obviously trained and practice, and enjoy it as well, and enjoy the hard work as well. Enjoy the quality of your teammates, of yourself, and never have regrets after.
And the success to get to that point where you're in, it's the stuff that you put in.
Definitely.
It's not by chance.
Definitely. All the hard work obviously we put in during the whole week, what nobody really sees, and the pain we sometimes suffer and still have, and we still, go out there and give everything that we have for the club, for ourselves, for the fans, but we have to enjoy it as well, like everyone else.
One thing that I admire of players is that if I was a player, I think I would say, for whoever insulted me or had a go at me, says, "Do you know how many hours I put into this? You know, I just actually cannot eat what you eat. I cannot go out when you go out. You know, there's all these things that I do that you don't see, but you bite your tongue, all of you." Or do you bite your tongue?
No, well, you have to. You know, these days with the media, with social media, you can't say anything back, basically, and
is it fair?
that's why I like to just be private. You know what I mean? Like, I could say that I had a broken rib in the media when I had it. When was it? 2 months ago or 3 months ago? I played with it for like three or 4 games. But if I'm gonna say that, there's always gonna be people that saying, "Oh, you don't have to say these things." You know what I mean? So it's never good. But it is what it is. I could also say after the game against Leicester that I've only trained 1 day and I was on antibiotics still, but it's just part of it. I want to be out there. I want to give everything that I got, and we have to just keep going.
Also, for you as a profession, so you have to give your best, and sometimes you won't be able to. For us, is a cartoon life. It's good people, bad people. It's the villains and the heroes. Yeah. So we don't want complicated things. We just want to see you performing. Yeah. Is that fair? That's the life we live, and obviously, like, I know that it is like that, and I will, always be. That will always stay in my mind that it is like that, and when for myself, when we win, everything is fantastic, and you are maybe the best center back in the world, and people are talking like that. But if you lose or if you concede, then you're the worst center back in the world, and that's just the life we live, and you don't need to take it too much to the head, I think, and that's what I will never do that, to be fair. Did you say you had a broken rib or?
Yeah, I had a fracture in my rib. Yeah,
that's painful.
That's very painful.
Now, how did you deal with pain? Because you must
yeah,
be.
yeah, but I think in the end of the day, if the game day is there and if the whistle goes, there are so many things that plays that you can actually play. And obviously, when I really really can't play, I won't. But there were options in that period where I could play, and I gave everything that I got. And obviously, it was painful, but you still can kick the ball, so that's the most important thing.
In fact, you finish a game, and I guess a lot of things hurt. So is pain a friend that you have to travel with, or is he an enemy?
Yeah, I think people forget that nobody, like maybe in the beginning of the season you feel fresh, but during the season nobody is pain free. There's always something, whether it's your hamstring that's a little bit tight, or your ankle that's sore, or you have a knock on, I don't know, your thigh, or there's always a little bit of pain, and you have to deal with it. And that's for all the players the case in the league, and that's just the way it is.
I need you to help me with this other quote from Kobe Bryant, because as an elite, top elite, you'll understand it better than me. He says you can manipulate an opponent's strength and use it against them. Can you?
I don't know.
He says so.
Yeah, he said so, but I don't know.
It's generally the opposite. Generally, you look for the weakness, of course, and try to exploit it.
You try to, yeah, but I think City has been pretty good. We as well. Well, I think in our situation, we have to look at ourselves and look in our own games, and we'll see what they're gonna do.
The third one from Kobe Bryant is good coaches teach you how to think. I think that's massive. And arm you with the fundamental tools necessary to execute properly. But the thing, I've spoke to many people that had Johan Cruyff as a manager, and they all say that he made them think differently. Not only made them think about what they're doing, but also think differently about.
Yeah.
That would be the best coach, no?
I think so. Obviously, it is always good to prepare yourself for any thing that can happen. Putting yourself in a mindset that you know what's gonna happen. But every coach has their own way, and I think we have a pretty good coach as well.
I was going to say, so what is it you take in from Klopp in your game?
Obviously, believe in yourself, never give up, always work hard, stay full of confidence, and I think he gives you the confidence that you definitely need. And obviously, he'll tell you straight if you don't do it well. To be fair as well, but that's just, I think, something very good. And personally, I'm a big fan of that. To have someone who is pretty straight, who shouts at you when you need it. And sometimes I need a bit of shouting to me as well, and so I think he's a fantastic coach.
I've just asked you to put your microphone down because it blocks part of your good looks, and that reminded me that somebody that was in the school with you said that they remember you as a young kid who had good looks as well and looked different. Because I'm not sure if there was many. You're from Suriname. Your mom is from Suriname, and you have Dutch as well. So in school, was there many people that looked like you? Did you feel different? Was that a good thing, or?
I wasn't that tall as I am right now. I had a growth spurt when I was. So basically, I was 16, and my brother was getting taller than me. It was really strange.
Who's younger than you?
Who was younger than me? So, and then 2 years later, like in the over the summer, I grow like 20 centimeters. It was like, if I tell you, you would probably not believe me, but I grow like 18 centimeters, I think it was exactly. And I had knee problems, groin problems, and
so that's what age?
That was 16, 17. So basically, I was turning 17 in the summer, so I was 16, and then turning 17 in the summer on the 8th of July, and so you had a little break, and after the break, I had so many problems, and I had to take insoles. I had to have like proper rehab with physios, and I was out for like at least six weeks. And after that, I started playing well.
So,
Yeah.
so were you like in May, like a fast winger, and then in July
No,
you were like a slow centre back?
I was like a, when I was 16, I was like a slow right back.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I was not good enough to play center back, so they put me on right back, and yeah, I wasn't good at that time, and I was never a standout player, to be fair, until I think I played for the under-19s, and I was the captain there, and everything went much better, and played sometimes some games for the under-23s as a young player, and yeah, it was just after that it went obviously pretty quick, but before that I was never a standout player.
I think it was Gerard Piqué who told me that he went through that and he had to learn to run again, almost like coordinate again. Were you like completely discoordinated for a bit, or
Not really though. But obviously, like I was a little bit because I had to have insoles, so my knees obviously was a bit unstable. But I think after I had the insoles, it went pretty normal and quick again. And I think what I said when I was 18, I think it went pretty well.
how much of you is from Suriname?
So my mom is fully Suriname and my father is fully Dutch, and I've been there a couple of times, and I enjoyed it, every bit of it. And obviously, when we go there, we go to family, and but obviously we have only a month off during the whole year, and you like to go to different places, and I will definitely go there with my kids, and because the kids obviously need to go there as well, and but not this summer.
So the coolness and the way you walk, even, or the way you think about life, is that Dutch? Is that Suriname? Is that what
I
you
think it's a bit of both, but
so when you go back there, do you recognize? Right, that's why I'm like.
I think I have a little bit of my grandfather. He's living in Breda as well, and he's a very proud grandfather. Call him now and then, and he's a cool guy, and a lot of people in Breda know him as well, and he's just a cool grandpa.
Is he a hero? Is he a bit of a hero?
He's a great guy.
He took you to the games, did he? Or
Well, he was a referee, to be fair. That was a good one. So sometimes I went to games and to watch him, and they respected him a lot. And I didn't watch obviously a lot of the game. I just played my football over there. But it was always good to be with him, and me and my brother always went with him.
has anybody come up with the conclusion why there's so many good, cool guys come from Suriname? I mean, we're talking Sidov, Kluivert, Rijkaard, you,
Genie.
yes. So
Yeah. So
any
I don't know.
reason?
It's just maybe we just chilled, and yeah. I think it's just the way we think and live.
And when you finish the season, you go back to trying to be as close to that as you can. So when you go on holidays, what would be your idea?
Well, obviously, I like to go on holidays with the family anyway, my kids, my wife. So sometimes it doesn't really matter where we are, but I like to go to Maldives, for example. I've been there quite a bit. It's because it's just peaceful. It's just fantastic. The beaches are amazing, and the people are unbelievable there. They're very nice. They always help you, and I have a lot of respect for all of them. And they will probably say the same respect for us, obviously. But the hard work they always do, it's total respect. And I love Dubai as well. Obviously in the summer it's pretty hot, so we're gonna maybe just, I don't know, we'll see. I like Portugal as well, and I like so many places. I like traveling. I like seeing the world, and
They slow places.
yeah.
A little bit. That's so. If you had to choose city or countryside, which one would you go for?
Well, there's a bit of a good one. Like my wife parents live countryside in Holland, and I love it when I'm there because it's nice and quiet and nobody bothers you. And and I thought about we're gonna live like that when we finish as well. But then again, you have London, like the Kensington and those kind of areas with them nice houses, and then you think it will be fantastic to have a house like that as well, a townhouse, and a little bit busy, but nice little bars and breakfast club and breakfast places and stuff. So you gotta think about so many things. But I'm pretty lucky that's still far away, so we don't need to make rush decisions now.
So a perfect day will be being in London with your headphones, listening to R&B, maybe walking the streets of London, something like that.
Yeah. No.
But if you had to choose a walk that you like doing, where would you go?
Well, I think at the moment I like a walk in Alderley Edge in Manchester. There's a nice forest there where there's always peaceful places where you can just go, and I like to go with the family, with the kids, and especially when the weather is nice. It's great and gets you your rest, in your head that you need at times as well.
When you walk those streets, you see a lot of people with hoodies on, because there's a lot of famous people living in that area. I don't know if you do that, but I can imagine you walking through the forest with a hoodie and other famous people. And do you recognize each other?
I didn't recognize others in the forest, but when I'm definitely in town, I like to wear a hat, definitely, because it is just how it is. You're trying not to get bothered. But sometimes it is what it is, and it comes with the job that we do. And
who's your neighbor? Who you got nearby?
I don't even know.
Oh, really? So
yeah, I know the neighbor. He's not famous.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he's not famous. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask you for a TV show that you follow, know the characters, and know everything about it or enjoy.
So I'm a big TV show guy. But I'm gonna say Prison Break, a big fan. Games of Thrones, big fan. But also like old school. I don't know if you know it. It's like you call it sitcom. I think it's from Martin Lawrence. You know the actor. He had his own, like, it was probably 1991 or something. But I watched it all back, and it's just funny stuff. And yeah, I'm a big TV show guy, but what I would say Prison Break, because I watched it 8 times all over again.
Right, you should have chosen Game of Thrones, because that's what you told me before.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of questions.
Yeah, well, Game of Thrones.
Let's pick up Game of Thrones then. Have you got a favorite character there?
Let's just say Jon Snow.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. No, I didn't know. You know nothing. Jon Snow must be the best quote of the whole. Yeah. And the relationship with Ygritte must be the one of the best love stories of all time in television. You reckon?
It must be, definitely. I think in total, the way the show is set up. Like I remember started it. I think it was 2 years ago. Like from the first season, everyone said before that you have to watch it. And I didn't watch it. I thought, it's science fiction, like, it's not real. So I thought, it's nothing. But then I just give it a go, and I couldn't stop watching it. And obviously, I'm waiting now for the new season.
And the last one.
One
of the attractions of the series is that it's politically is very incorrect. So the ones that are marginalized, they get even more marginalized. Yeah. The baddies succeed.
Yeah.
Is that one of the attractions of?
Definitely, I think even in the first season, like when obviously, like, sometimes in series you have like characters that stays in the series for like forever, and like in the first season, I think they beheaded the king straight away, and I was like, wow,
what?
No, he's gonna be in this. So I was a bit like, wow, and after that, it's just like, yeah, it's crazy, and. Yeah, what you said, it's just a special series, I think,
Will I take it too far if I say it kind of represents America and the new world in the sense
I think it's a little bit too far.
Wait, I haven't finished. In which basically everything is blurred. You don't know what's good, what's bad. There's fake news when you think they're real news. There are leaders that don't look like the kind of leaders that you expected leading a country. There's a bit of that, or should I just throw that?
I don't think I don't think you can compare it to America, but I think it's great TV. It's great TV. It's unexpected. You can't, you won't. You see things where you can't expect, and I think that makes it a great show.
If you look out, and now that we're talking about leaders and real world, if you look out into the world, what do you see right now?
Well, I see a lot of things changing, like the way people think, how big an influence social media has. I think that's unbelievable, and I think it's pretty sad to see, on my point of view, because it's basically a fake life, what some people live, and that's what my opinion is on that. But I think yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to say what was exactly different, but I think we have to be much more nicer to each other. That's just maybe something I definitely think.
There's a lack of empathy.
Empathy, yeah.
A little bit around.
Yeah, I think definitely the same.
So, if I ask you for a person you haven't met,
Yeah.
I think we're going to go back to the 90s and television in a minute, because it is...
Will Smith. Yeah. Will Smith. I said Will Smith because he looks like a great character, a great dad. But yeah, most of all, he's enjoying life. He's very smart, I think, as well. And I would love to have, I don't know, just a chat with him and get inspiration or tips or anything, about anything. And I think he's a great actor as well. Definitely.
He went through, so he was one of the top actors in the world, and then he went through a period where he started doing blockbusters, and he admitted himself that he was a little bit broken. He wasn't fulfilled by the things that he was doing, even though he was super famous. Yeah. I don't know if you were aware of that, but that is the other side of fame as well.
Yeah, I know that you see it a lot. I think you see it a lot with fame, that some people find it very, very difficult to, handle. And, it is difficult to handle. You need to be mentally very strong. You need to be, the criticism sometimes you get, you need to be so strong for it. And for him, obviously, like so many people are watching his films, shows, what else? And there's so many attention, especially in America, on actors. And you need to be unbelievable strong. And I can't imagine the pressure basically he's living on, and especially back in the days. And we have a lot of pressure, but they got a little bit more if they really are hot as actors. But you have to be strong, definitely.
Did you get to him via The Prince of Bel-Air, or did you see him first in the movies and then?
I think The Prince of Bel-Air.
By the way,
I don't know. It's just like
28. I mean, this was like
it's
30
probably
years ago.
Yeah, it's probably 1991 as well when I was born, and I don't know. I just seen it on. It was always on TV. 25 minutes of episode, I think it was, and I just enjoyed it. And it's just like it's a great show, and a lot of fun things, a lot of great moments, and the way he does it and the way he acts is just great.
He actually was an actor that didn't seem like an actor. He seemed like a guy having fun.
Yeah,
on
just
a television show.
Being who he is, exactly. Yeah, and I think that's how we played that role as well, exactly, and that what makes him in the show as well, I think.
Yeah. Right. Actually, he does say a quote that, if you don't mind me sharing with you: "Money and success don't change people; they merely amplify what is already there." You recognize that too?
I think so. Yeah. Money doesn't change me, for example, but yeah, I definitely think he's right in that case. And
so when did you have your first big wage, and what do you remember of that moment?
Well, big wage. So basically, what I said, I signed my first contract when I went to FC Groningen, so I was a bit late, and I don't know when I got the first one. The funny thing was, when I went to Groningen, I didn't have my driving license, and so I think I was 20 when I went to Groningen, or 9. I don't even know. I can't even remember now. But so I came there with no driving license, and I had to take the bike to training every day because I was training with under 23s, and Nobody around me was training with the under 23s. They were always training with the first team, so I had to take the bike. So I think my money went to driving lessons and make sure that I'm gonna get the driving license. So I think that must be the first thing that probably comes to my mind.
And when did you ever think like, oh my God, I'm earning this. I'm never ever gonna earn more in my life. This is unbelievable money. Did you ever think like that?
Well, the funny thing is, I was before I signed my contract. So I think I was 15 or 16. I started working as a dishwasher at a local restaurant in Breda, because I wanted just to make a little bit of money at least.
They pay you €3 an hour.
This, yeah. So I worked. I've trained Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then we played on Saturday, and I worked on the Wednesday evening from 6 till midnight. Sunday evening from 6 to midnight, and I just worked because I wanted to go to town on a Saturday night and just have a little bit of money. And I remember I got just 300, maybe €350 every month, and I was so happy with that. And could have gone to McDonald's and treat my friends and treat Ludi, and it's just.
Hold on, you earned the money.
I went to McDonald's.
And then you wasted it on, well, not wasted.
Not everything, but obviously, like sometimes, we had like in Breda was a bit of the spot when you, on a Saturday night, in front of the McDonald's, there were always a lot of people there, and it was a bit of the spot chilling there. And, I went there as well, trying to be all tough, I remember. But yeah, it was great. And I think then I started to realize how, important money can be, but it's not the most important thing.
It's not the driving force. I can tell that by the way you talk about it. But if you had to pick something that really takes you the extra mile, what is it? Is it a memory? Is it somebody? Is it?
It's my family, my wife and my kids. That's the most important thing. I think over the years I've had plenty of tough times, tough moments, been under pressure, being criticized, and I think when I'm coming home, see my kids smiling, see my wife, and everyone is healthy, then nothing matters to me in the world. And I think that's the driving force for me, and that's what I'll do it all for.
Your childhood memory, your favorite childhood memory, what would that be?
I would say Disneyland. Yeah, Disneyland is something very special, I think. I like Disney movies, the classics, not the real classics, but like Lion King, those kind of classics, and Aladdin. But yeah, I'm a big Disneyland fan, and my kids as well. And I love to take them there. I love to see them smile, obviously, enjoying every bit of it, even if it's with the character that come to having breakfast with, and seeing them so happy makes my day, and it's just great.
When was the first time you went there?
I think I was around 7, 8. I went with my brother and my mom, a friend of my mom, and a little friend of us back then. I think was school friend, and it was fantastic. Yeah.
What did you do? Where did you go?
So we stayed, like you have them small hotels, villages around the Disneyland hotel, Disneyland Paris, and I remember it was like a Wild West kind of team bungalow something, and we slept on bunk beds, and it was probably the best time I had at that time, and I remember it obviously till this day. And after that, we didn't went too much to Disneyland because it's pretty expensive. But
I hear you're going soon.
I'm going, soon. Plan to go soon as well, and I just enjoy it. And but also I went with my wife as well, just me and her, in beginning stage of my relationship. With
Your
my wife.
idea, obviously.
Our idea.
All right.
And it was unbelievable. We got drunk in the hotel, and yeah, it was fantastic, and I loved it, every bit of it.
There's a touch of naivety around all that, isn't it? Lost youth or lost childhood, or you wanted to be in a world where everything is simpler. Will that be fair? Or
I like to keep everything simple. Yeah, I think that's how it was back in the days. That's how it should be as well. Why make things difficult? Why make why having tough times, but it is not necessary. Why being negative when you just can enjoy life and be positive? So I think that's something I definitely learned over the years, because obviously you can't be born with that, but it's in me now, and I just want to enjoy every bit, and I'm trying to be as positive as I can, and life is far too short to be negative or something like that.
we're finishing, I believe. Before we go, do you need some water? You're
I'm
okay?
good, thank
You're
you very
okay?
much. Yeah.
How would you like to be remembered?
Oh, that's a difficult question, but maybe as a legend of Liverpool. Yeah, I think that's obviously at the moment that's something that comes to my mind. I want to achieve great things here, amazing things here, and we have a fantastic squad. We have everything that we have all the tools basically. Obviously, we have to do it, and for us, we have a team in the league that's pretty good as well, that is doing fantastic, and we matching them at the moment, and we will see what happens, and I just want to give everything for this club. They went all out for me to get me, and I just want to give everything for them and make sure. And hopefully make sure we're gonna achieve great things.
You said that you walk Anfield sometimes is like a museum because you see all these legends and you get to talk to them. You like
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I remember the game on so before I'd started training, and Liverpool played Leicester, and I was at the stadium in the boardroom, and I met so many legends and great players that play for a beautiful club, and it's just something special. I think also as Liverpool as a club, I think when you played for the club, you're always going to be welcome. They're always going to be ready for you because it's you've been part of the family. You're always going to be in. I think that's also one of the reasons why I definitely want to play for this club.
There was another 10 things I wanted to go through with you, but I think it's time to let you go. Thank you very much for your time.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely pleasure.
You're very welcome.
Thanks.